it's Sandra Bellamy from Quirky Books. This channel is all about how to live your best life, be your best self, and live your purpose. And in today's video, I'm going to be telling you 3 ways that you can instantly become happier. Yes, 3 ways you can instantly become happier. So stay tuned for that. If you don't know who I am Sandra Bellamy. I'm an author, and my hugest passion is writing, and Quirky Books is my own publishing company. You can also find my blog at quirkybooks.wordpress.com. I specialise in writing non-fiction books that change people's lives. This is one of my books. It's called Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories, Love, Life and Sex, a celebration of asexual diversity, which I've sold copies of now every month since 2017. Asexuality is a sexual orientation that's a lack of sexual attraction, which is who I am, or a asexual person who doesn't experience any sexual attraction. I'm not a sexual person, but an asexual person. And I also published this book last year called Fibromyalgia, Self-Help Handbook, How to Manage Fibromyalgia to Have Less Pain, More Energy, and Feel Happier Like a Superhero Rock Star. This is also an awesome book if you've got depression or anxiety, because it shows you practical ways you can reduce your anxiety and cure yourself of depression, which is what I did in 2012. So 3 ways you can make yourself instantly more happier. This is an awesome life hack for you to live your best life and be your best self and live your purpose. So first way then. So the first way to be instantly more happier is to practice gratitude. Now, what do I mean by practicing gratitude? Practicing gratitude is a practice, right? This is a habit. This is something you have to do over and over again every single day of your life. So when you're like, oh, but Sandra, you said this video is about being instantly happier. Yes, because it starts with now, today, not tomorrow, not putting it off till 5 hours later, not putting it off till the end of the week, not putting it off till it's an even number in the week, not putting it off till it's a Monday at the start of the week, not putting it off till it's a Sunday because you believe Sunday's the first day of the week. You do it instantly, right? And you just start practicing gratitude right this moment, right now, right? Because when you're in a state of gratitude, when you're in a state of compassion and love for other people, when you're in a state of feeling just awesome about all the things that fill your life with joy and happiness and that have filled your cup up, you can't help but feel happier because you're like, wow, my life's so awesome. So obviously there's a lot of chaos that's going around still with the pandemic at the moment in the world. There's a lot of people that are focused on a lot of negative stuff, like they're focused on things that have gone away from them, like their job, their stable income, seeing their friends or their family, if social isolation has kept you apart. There's so many things you could focus on that's negative. You could do that if you wanted to, but you have to choose gratitude, right? Choice is your inner power. Choice is your inner power. You have to understand you always have a choice, right? Don't tell me you don't have a choice. You control your life. You control your destiny. You, no one else, right? So you need to choose to be grateful for what you have, everything you have right now. So instead of thinking all the things you don't have, which is a negative energy, this is the, if you're experiencing, if you're thinking about things you don't have, this is going to take away your energy. It's going to zap your energy. It's going to make you feel depressed. If you think, I don't have this, I don't have that, this is what's wrong with the world, this is what's wrong with that person. It's like blaming and negativity and things being taken away from you. All that stuff is beyond your control. If you focus on that, you will feel like a marble who has lost its kaplunk. Right, kaplunks again with marbles. You will feel like you are rolling around like a lost soul in this world and that everything's coming at you from all angles and you'll feel totally out of control. Do you want to keep feeling that way? That's not the way to happiness. It's not the way to happiness. Trust me, I know. I've been there. Right? You choose gratitude. So you think about everything you've got. You fill your cup up. So when your life is full of negativity, the only way you can sort it out is by getting more and more positivity in it, right? This is increasing your positivity in your life, increasing what you fill your cup up with, right? So this means increasing your gratitude. Like, what am I grateful for right now? So stop thinking about what you haven't got. What's gone is gone. If something's gone, it's gone. You can't get it back. It's gone. It's over. Gone. Finito, bonito. You have to live in the present moment, right? As it is now. And you have to think about all the things you're grateful for. Like right now, I'm really grateful to be spending more time at home because I'm being more productive. I'm really grateful for the time that I've spent not going out, and because I've not been able to go out as much because of lockdown, because I've been able to do so many more courses. I've done at least 5 courses. 5 courses. Wow. 5 courses this year so far. 5. Like, even now I'm stunned by it myself. 5 courses, you know. That's incredible achievement. You know, we're only just we've just got into September now, right? But, you know, I've done 5. That's like pretty much 1 a month nearly. Almost, right? Because it was like, well, it was August, wasn't it? So it's like 1 every 6 weeks, you know? 5 courses. I've actually got my first 2 courses out for asexuals. Launched, done, completed 2 whole courses. This is incredible. You know, I'm grateful for that time. Right? Grateful. I'm grateful for the time I've spent indoors working on myself, the time that I've spent learning new skills, the time I've spent actually progressing my life, progressing myself. You know, I've learned so much this year. I've been more productive this year than pretty much all the previous years put together in total. You know, I'm just like so productive. I'm super productive, super pumped. Right? I'm grateful that there's positive people in my life right now. I'm grateful that I have the guts to cut negative people out of my life or limit the time I spend with them. I'm grateful that because I'm in social isolation more and social distancing, that I'm keeping away from more negative people. I'm grateful for having my best friends, particularly my best asexual friend, who is Skyping me every single week or video chatting with me if Skype if it's on the blink sometimes. You know, every single week we've been talking. I went to see my best asexual friend on Sunday. I had the most amazing time. We haven't seen each other in person. We've seen each other on video, but not in person since the 14th of March. You know, and when that happens, you feel so grateful. You're like, my God, I got to see this person in person. It actually emphasizes your friendship and it makes you so much more grateful and blessed, you know. And, you know, like actually video chatting every single week has brought us closer together as a friend. So, I mean, they were asking me to do that before the whole lockdown thing, luckily. So already thinking that way, that they'd like to do that. And it's worked out really well for both of us. I feel closer to them. I feel more stable in that friendship now. I feel happier, you know. And I feel that closer to them as well because they've done a lot to help me. You know, they've bought me some health products as well during these tough times and that. So, you know, I'm really grateful. You know, I know who my friends are. And it's just cemented the friendships I've got, you know, cemented who's really my friend, you know. So I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful every day I get to wake up in this beautiful flat. Do you know, I chose one of the best places to live because I live diagonally opposite a supermarket. Well, more than one supermarket. I'm close to shops. I'm also close to fresh air. I can walk 5 minutes down the road and I'm at Exeter Quayside. You know, I have those luxuries that some people out in the countryside don't have. They have to go into a supermarket, especially when the beginning of the lockdown happened, go into a supermarket and pray the items are there. I can go to 3 or 4 different shops more easily. I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for the fact that, you know, this place is just beautiful. You know, look at all the wonderful decor. You know, it's how I want it. You know, I like having a teenager style bedroom. I like having beautiful things. I like having bright colours, you know. The curtains are landlords. They came with the flat, but they just suit my whole, you know, colours that I love. So I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful that I still have my parents. Do I get to see them at the moment? Not in their own home, no. I didn't even see my mum in person until a couple of weeks ago. In the car she came with my dad. Since the 19th of March. It's months. I've seen her once on camera. There was in July. You know, but from March, April, May, you know, from 19th of March, April, May, June, I spoke to her on the phone and that was it. You know, my angel guinea pig I haven't seen for absolutely months, which is really difficult, but I'm still grateful and thankful she's in my life. She's still alive. My parents are taking really good care of her because she's diabetic, you know? And she's doing very well. She's still running around. Last time I spoke to my mum, she's still running around. You know, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that Angel's strong and tough. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the fact I have a roof over my head and food in my belly and money in my purse. I'm grateful for the fact that I am, you know, just here right now with you. You know, that we're having this connection. I'm grateful that for the internet that keeps us connected to each other. I'm grateful for the friends in person and definitely online, you know? I'm grateful for the fact that I'm alive. I mean, God, just think of how many people aren't right now. How grateful is it? You know, how wonderful is it to just be alive, to just experience life? You know, so this is what you should be doing. One way to instant happiness is to stop focusing on stuff you don't have. Be grateful for what you do have. Because when you focus on stuff you don't have, there's a lack. And you feel like needy, and you feel like, oh my God, I haven't got that. Oh my God, it makes you panic, and it throws you into anxiety and worry and stress. But just be grateful. Just be grateful for everything you've got right now. Number 2 way to be instantly happy is to choose to be happy. Remember, I was saying at the beginning of this video, the power of choice, that you have a choice. You just choose to be happy, right? And you have to understand this. This is something I wasn't taught from a young age, and we're not taught. You have to decide to make yourself happy. No one's going to do that for you. No one's going to do that for you. So it's about taking responsibility for your own life and choosing to be happy. Taking responsibility for your own life and owning it. Owning everything about your life. And choosing to be happy, regardless. You know, like, I could be miserable right now with everything going on in the world. I could think the worst, I could think bad stuff, but no. Instead, I'm choosing to live in my own bliss, in my own happiness. I'm choosing to work on different projects that I've never worked on before. Work on projects that I have needed to work on, but haven't had the time before. I'm choosing to do new businesses, to open new brands. I'm choosing to expand. I'm choosing to do things that make me happy. I'm choosing to live my own life. I'm choosing to be fully responsible for my own life and live in my own bliss and happiness. I'm not focusing on what I can't control. You know, we can't control the outside world. We don't know what caused the pandemic, whether it's done in a lab or it wasn't. Whether conspiracy theories are true or they're not. We don't know. Why focus energy on all that negative stuff and the news? I don't watch the news. Stop watching the news. That's another way you can make yourself instantly happier, which I wasn't actually going to bring up in this video, but it's to stop watching the news. You can make yourself instantly happier with that. Stop watching the news. Instantly happier. So this video is going to end up being 4 ways rather than 3. It's going to be 4 ways to instantly be happier. Number 3 now is to just stop watching the news. Stop it. Not, oh, I've got to watch it because I'm not going to know what's going on in the world. The whole point is you don't need to know what's going on in the world. The only thing you need to know is what your local council or, what you need to know about covering up with face masks, basically, or not, you know? Those type of things, which you can limit, you know, to just certain articles. Or you can just get your information from your local HMRC, government, that type of thing, local shops, websites. You don't need to watch news. You can make yourself instantly happier by turning off the news. It's full of negativity. Hredian Pinch. Oh, hello. Nice to see you. Interesting name. Thank you for coming on this channel. Appreciate you. Lots of love. So you can instantly make yourself happier by not watching the news, because the news is full of death, violence, destruction, fear, and torture. You don't want to be doing, you don't want to be having those type of thoughts in your mind, right? This is a time, like I said, if you want to make yourself instantly happier, you have to stop being controlled by the news. News and media is designed to instill fear in you and keep you hooked, so you keep watching again and again and again. This is what soap operas do. If you didn't already know that, they leave a cliffhanger every single day. that the soaps are on, so you watch the next one, because as human minds, we need to know the ending of something. If something's left open and we don't know the ending, it annoys us in our brain. We need to get the end, right? The only way you can break that cycle is just by telling yourself you're not watching it, and categorically being disciplined enough to do that, right? So the way you make yourself instant happier is stop watching the news. This means stop reading magazines that have got news articles, stop watching the news on TV, stop listening to the news on radio, stop watching the news. The only type of thing you need to know at the moment is local guidelines, to do with hand washing and mask wearing, that type of thing, while we're in the pandemic situation. Well, I'm recording this in 2020, in September, year 2020, live. So yeah, and the third way was going to be, which is now the fourth way, is to not judge yourself negatively. Not judge yourself negatively, right? So at times we can be very, very self-critical. We can, if something goes wrong, we can snap at ourselves. We can say we did that, it's really bad. We're too slow. We're not doing this. We're not doing that. And this just holds us back. It holds us back from being happy because we're always criticizing ourselves. We're always over-judging ourselves. And we're always looking harshly on ourselves. It's like having that inner voice that's constantly going, you're not good enough. 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 And the more you say these type of things to yourself, the more you believe you're not good enough. And that just leads to unhappiness and depression. You feel you're not good enough. Life's not good enough. Life's rubbish. You hate life. You hate yourself. And it leads to a lot of unhappiness and sadness, right? So just stop judging yourself. Stop thinking that anything's bad. Remember this. There is nothing, there's no such thing as failure, because there's only lessons we learn from, right? So there's no such thing as failure, just life lessons we learn from. And when you believe in that, you can really truly believe in that, you can stop judging yourself, because anything you do, it doesn't matter. It's all experience, right? So say you were working on a project, right? And you didn't get the result you wanted. It doesn't matter, because you should have enjoyed the process, right? It's really important that you've enjoyed the process. You've enjoyed, doing that whole process. And so it's really, really important that you do enjoy the process. Do you know what I mean? Because if you are not enjoying the process of making that thing, doing that thing, you are literally breeding negativity within yourself to then get the outcome that disappointed you, right? Stop being disappointed at outcomes and start just thinking it's a learning process. It's an experience. It's a life experience. And like what was I saying earlier? One of the things in number one to be instantly happy is to be grateful, to have gratitude, right? So if you're having gratitude, you need to be grateful for every life experience, because every life experience brings you a different thing to your life. It brings you a different flavor to your life. It brings you a different perspective on life. It can lead you to a new opportunity that you never even knew ever existed. But it could be the most amazing opportunity of your life. And even if that's not the opportunity you think it is, it will lead to something else and something else. And you'll get to be in a position of where you're just meant to be there. You don't know how you got there, but suddenly you're just in this position. It's amazing and incredible, right? So don't overjudge yourself. Be loving towards yourself. Think everything's just a process. Everything's a journey of life. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there. For example, if you're trying to make money online, for example, that, there's a lot of entrepreneurs and people out there going, oh, you can make money overnight. And yeah, you could release a book and you could sell some books on Amazon. You don't get the money usually for 2 months, though, because Amazon keep your money for 2 months. You instantly made the money. You make it within, hours when you put a book on there. That is true. But you're not going to get the money for 2 months anyway. And it could be like a few pennies or a few pounds, not necessarily a huge amount. But the process that you had when you started creating your book, the amount of time, energy, and effort you put into it, the actual writing itself could make you so happy. That's what I love to write. I love to write books, it's incredible. Iridian Pinch, I've you've had a girl in your mind. I've liked her for so long and kissed her the other day, but she stopped texting back. Okay, so if you've got a problem with dating and relationships, I do discuss dating relationships, but it's usually on a different channel. But yeah, so if you've got dating relationships, if someone stopped texting you back, then if someone's moved on and changed their mind, then it's best to move on yourself. If she stopped texting you back, if you liked her so long and you've kissed her but she stopped texting back, then unless there's a logical explanation, like maybe she's busy with work or she's with her family or doing something for a few days, if she just literally stopped and doesn't seem like she's ever going to talk to you again, you need to move on, because that's not the right person for you to be in a relationship with. Obviously, first of all, try and find out what's the problem is. So if you've got someone that you've kissed and you've been intimate with, and the person's not contacting you back, you first need to you need to respond by saying, I enjoyed the kiss with you, it was great and I would love to see you again. And and then if they stop texting you, just give them a message, say, hey, I noticed you stopped texting me, I would love to know more about that and understand more why that is, because from my point of view, I thought we had a fantastic time, so I'd like to hear your side as to why you feel otherwise, why you've stopped texting me, what is the reason for that. Just ask them outright. I noticed you stopped texting me back, so what is the reason? I'd like to understand you more and understand, have I done something wrong? Was there some problem that I did? Kind of put the emphasis on you, not on them. So was there something that you did wrong, or something that, basically you notice they're not texting you back, and try and find out if there's a logical explanation or reason for that. If there's anything you can do to help the situation. If not, move on, because if they just stop texting you and that's it, then, you need to move on, because they're not the right person for you. You can't be in a relationship with someone who's not going to text you back and keep in contact. Do you know what I mean? So you're not going to be happy, and sometimes one way to be instantly happy is to actually cut off from a relationship that is toxic or bad for you. You feel relieved if it's not a good relationship. If it's someone that's not right for you, you can just end it, and you might feel a bit sad at first, but you can feel instantly happier long term, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I think it's very, very important to make yourself happier. Take responsibility for yourself, practice gratitude, as part of that responsibility. Practice making yourself happier. Choose to be happy in spite of what's going on around you or the outside world. And, don't overjudge yourself. Don't overjudge yourself. And know that you have a power of choice to decide what you do and do not know with your life. So, more power to you. Gratitude, choosing happiness, taking responsibility, not overjudging yourself. And know that you have the power of choice, and exercise that power of choice and take responsibility for every decision and choice you make in your life. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful, helpful, insightful. If you have in any way, please give it a thumbs up. And thanks to Ridian Pinch for the question and the scenario. Nice to see you. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button down below, and please hit that bell icon to get notified every time I go live like now, post a new video. Take care, and I'll see you soon. And see you on the next video live stream. Bye bye.